Hey internet family, welcome to DansTube.TV, and today we're going to be discussing the upcoming Mavic Pro 2 and the original Mavic Pro. Now the question on everyone's lips is, well maybe not everyone's, but a few people's lips, is should I buy a Mavic Pro or should I wait until the Mavic Pro 2 comes out? Now in my rumours rundown video, I mentioned that the Mavic Pro 2 should be released in March, and that was just what all of the rumours were pointing towards, that's what all of the leaks were pointing towards, and it seemed like March was going to be the release date. But they released the Mavic Air right at the end of January, so people were still thinking the Mavic Pro 2 may come out around March time, but it seems like it may be more of an end-of-year release now. We had the Mavic Pro in November 2 years ago now if they release it at the end of this year. So if they wait until November time, that's 2 years with the Mavic Pro. It's had a very successful lifespan. The Mavic Air only just came out, and news from retailers is that the DJI Spark has actually been discontinued. So I believe the next drone we will see is a DJI Spark 2. Then we've also potentially got a Phantom 5 Pro at some point. So it looks like the Mavic Pro 2 is now going to be coming out at the end of this year. So currently, if you go on Amazon, the Mavic Pro Original in the Fly More combo is selling for $1,300. So it's still at that higher price range at the moment. It's still relatively expensive. We haven't seen too much of a drop in price. So I think potentially waiting a little bit and seeing what happens is probably your best bet right now. If you're in no rush, then probably wait, because it looks like the Mavic Pro 2 will have a larger sensor that can potentially shoot 4K 60 frames per second. They may also potentially offer 1080p at 240 frames per second, because the Mavic Air offered 1080p at 120 frames, so the Mavic Pro 2 needs to go above that. It needs to offer something more than the Mavic Air, so potentially 240 frames per second slow motion at 1080p is a real possibility. We also will most likely see 4K at 60 frames per second. It's also 100% possible to see upwards of 30 to 35 minutes of flight time per battery. The Mavic Pro Platinum gets you about 30 minutes of flight time, so they're going to be pushing for 32 to 35 minutes of flight time, and I think the design will be very similar to the original Mavic Pro. They may change the color, they may slightly change it, but overall the design is extremely successful, and for me personally, I picked up the Mavic Pro, the original one, on the release date, and the design has held together really well. The mechanisms to fold the arms out are still just as strong as the day I got them. Everything seems to work really well. The only thing I'd like to see is maybe a little bit more of a reliable gimbal system, something that doesn't just flail around and something that's maybe a little bit more fixed. I love the fixed design of the Spark and the Mavic Air, so those gimbals work really well, and they actually encase the entire camera system in a really well protected system. So I would like to see that with the Mavic Pro 2. So let's get on to my advice now. Should you wait? Should you buy a Mavic Pro right now? Well, I think if you have the money right now and you're 100% set on getting a new drone, you're about to travel, or I don't know, you've maybe waited a bit of time and you're definitely going to pick something up, then yes, the Mavic Pro is a fantastic drone and you'll definitely be happy with it. I will have a link in the description below to actually check it out, so you can go through and see on Amazon what you can get for $1,300. That will get you a bag, a few batteries, extra propellers, and a few other things, and it's a really good kit for $1,300 US. Now I think with the Mavic Pro 2, I think if they're going to offer a better camera system, better gimbal, better battery, you know, quieter motors and whatnot, I think it might be $1,500 US. I don't think we'll see it closer to $2,000. I really don't think it's going to be, you know, $1,800 or $1,900. I think $1,500 for the Mavic Pro 2 is a fair price in the American market, and for your Australians out there, I think it'll be just over $2,000 for the Mavic Pro 2. Now, one thing you could do is you could wait it out. You could wait and see what actually happens, because we know that when they discontinue a product like the Mavic Pro, that means prices are going to come right down. So you may be able to pick up the Fly More combo for $1,000, which would be amazing for the original Mavic Pro. So I think by that point, you would definitely know what's going on with the Mavic Pro 2, and you can make your mind up. You can also see whether there are any other drones that come out in the coming months, but I think with the release of the Mavic Air, and potentially the DJI Spark 2 in the coming months, I think they'll hold out until around November time for the Mavic Pro 2. So I think you're honestly safe to wait a little bit longer, maybe wait until June, July time. If we still haven't heard anything and the price does drop on the original Mavic Pro, then maybe that could be the time to pick it up. Or if you honestly can be that patient, then just wait until November, wait and see what is released, and then you can weigh up the two options when they're actually available. You can see how much the original Mavic Pro drops down to, and you can see how much the Mavic Pro 2 is and what it offers, because you may pick up the Mavic Pro now and then regret not waiting until the Mavic Pro 2. So I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Also, if there are any other Mavic Pro owners out there, please let me know in the comments below. Let the community know if you think they should pick one up now or wait a little bit longer, or if there's a better option out there, if you believe they should get the Mavic Air, then let us know in the comments below, guys. I would love a little bit of discussion going on, and I can't wait to see what DJI do with the new Spark, the new Phantom 5 Pro, and the new Mavic Pro. So again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to have a splendid day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to keep up to date with all the new drone content and other consumer electronics that I do review. Thank you again, and have a great day.